Welcome back to Fantasy Report. I'm your host, Derek Longdick. I want to start with an apology for last week, as our team of experts worked tirelessly to get out the video on time, and they failed me miserably. Such sins are not tolerated here. Those members have been dealt with accordingly. So obviously, I missed 2 weeks. So we're gonna go ahead and just skip last week's overview. If that's actually, we won't skip it. Every game last week was dog shit, so we just won't cover everything. We did have two good games. One coming from Shit Cunt Tommy versus Rubio's mom. Rubio's mom had the advantage of .06. Going into Monday, Timberton, of course, had Godert to play, who put up about 8.6 and won. I mean, he would have needed to basically get injured for Timmy to lose that game. The other interesting game, though, was Pap Smear and Dottie Boy. It would have been much better, but CeeDee Lamb fell short of 21 points. He would have needed like 30 to win. It was not likely, but it was the only other game that looked like somebody had a chance if the CeeDee Lamb just had a god game. Other than that, every single game was an absolute fucking blowout and not worth talking about. In actual exciting news, though, for those of you who have been keeping up with the FSP rankings, Zachary Hollis, owner of Dumbfuck, surpassed Trevor last week with the number 10 slot in the league, projected to be the worst fantasy owner for the second straight year. So congratulations on that. He actually deserves to be applauded for his efforts last season, really, because despite popular belief, I would say it is more challenging to be a worse owner than Cam Jones than it is to win in this league. And Zach has proven that he is capable of it time and time again. So congratulations on 2 straight years of literal scum, Zach. And we finally do have some trades to announce. We actually have 2 separate trades. And I know what you're thinking. Oh God, Fennell traded his entire team again and made 2 trades in 1 week, and you were actually wrong. Fennell did not trade away a single player yet. I'm just as shocked as you are. So the first one probably should have been vetoed because Alex got absolutely raped. He gave away Cordell Patterson and Jamar Chase. 2 solid players, with Patterson being a starting level running back at this point with his activity in the passing game, and Jamar Chase, of course, being an easily a starting wide receiver, one of the best wide receivers in the league fantasy wise right now, proving that he can catch a ball despite what we saw in preseason. So there's 2 great players that he gave up, and what he got in return was Chuba Hubbard, who will be good for him for about 3 weeks until McCaffrey is back, and Alexander Madison, who is no longer even a starter as Dalvin Cook is back. Fucking garbage. This trade was an absolute win in the waiver wire by Ruben, who gets an A+ for getting a starting level running back and the number 3 ranked receiver for practically nothing. Alex gets a fat F as he has earned that grade. I get he has McCaffrey on his bench, so Hubbard is okay. But it just felt like an unnecessary trade, as it only helps him for short term, and I feel like his team got worse after the trade. Our other trade came from yours truly and Travis. Travis ended up giving up Jerry Jeudy, who was on pace for a great year, will probably still be playing up to that level or close to that level once he comes back from injury. And he also gave up, of course, somebody who, when you think of Trevor's team, you think of this player. I mean, this guy has been a staple point, a captain on his team for a long time, so it's shocking to see him go. But Trevor traded away Darren Waller this past week. He's one of the best tight ends in the game, and I'm sure Trevor's organization will miss you, and we accept you with open arms in this one. Of course, Trevor didn't just give that up for nothing. He, in return, replaced Darren Waller with Logan Thomas, who, in my opinion, is still a top 10 tight end. I think he's great. He also got Mike Davis, who is a fantastic backup running back. Can be used as a starting running back. I mean, he's only going to get you 10 to 12 points, so he's better on your bench. But He is a fantastic player to have on your team, in my opinion. And, of course, he didn't just give away Darren Waller for 2 okay guys. He, of course, then got Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin is one of, if not... Terry McLaurin's good. Anyways, I'm going to give Trevor an A for this trade. He helps his running back situation. He adds scoring in his wide receiver areas. And he gives away Darren Waller and still gets a top 10 tight end in return. So Trevor's dog shit team actually looks like, maybe not contention, but he made his team look respectable. And for myself, I'm going to give myself a B. I wanted to say just A and say fuck you guys, but I'm going to go ahead and be real. I'm going to give myself a B. I strengthened my starting lineup. I wasn't really planning on starting Warren. With how DJ Moore's been playing. Obviously, McLaurin just put up 30 points, so he would have made the starting lineup in the next week. But he wasn't somebody who I considered a solid starter for me yet. But at the same time, I end up trading away my backup running back, leaving me vulnerable to injury. If somebody goes down, I'm fucked. And I also just add an IR player to my team. On my bench. Obviously, it's Jerry Jeudy, so this is not like a loss. When he comes back, he's going to be great. And with how Jalen Waddle's playing, I'm not too worried about injury aspects there. I think I have time to wait. I had a script to call Trevor last week, but most of the questions had to do with him being 0-2 before I got clapped. And the other parts of the questions really had to do with him being the joke of the league, or the newest joke of the league, but obviously, Zach took that title back. So since Trevor just beat me, and I really don't have any ground to stand on when I start making fun of him, so there's really no point in me just calling him. I'm just going to wait it out. So instead, we're just going to go ahead and give Alex a call and figure out why he made this trade.
Hi, please leave a message and I'll get back to you.
Why in God's name would you trade 2 solid players for 2 guys who are not starters and won't be starters once McCaffrey is back? And Dalvin Cook came back today, obviously. So.
Well, I mean, here's what I'll tell you. Mm-hmm. So, with Christian McCaffrey out, I'm going to have to figure out a way to get some wins. And, I believe that, and see, here's the thing. With Cordero going crazy today, it's going to look a little worse, right?
Right.
But I need to get some wins in Christian McCaffrey's absence, and I'm going to have Chuba there now to do that for me. Mm-hmm. And then, Alexander Mattison, I like having him just because, Dalvin's up and down. We'll see what happens with him. There's been some things lingering. Team is struggling, everything like that.
Right. And
so, I want to have both of those guys, but it's looking rough after today.
Okay, so basically it was a big maybe what if type of trade, and it still could work out if McCaffrey stays down and Dalvin Cook gets injured like he does every single year.
Exactly. And so what I'm thinking is that I have more of insurance with my already very solid team.
All right. I mean, you're not going to be 3-0 anymore, but you were 3-0, so that's.
I was.
That was big. That was big for you. So with that being said, you're gonna lose this week. Are you at the point where you're probably just gonna end up watching your team fall apart, only for you to pick it up just in time in the end and go like 3-0 and end at 7-7 or something, or are we not gonna see that version of Alex this year?
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna see that version of me. I don't know why you necessarily had to bring that up from last year. You know what I mean? I've had this, you know what I mean? It's already been running through my mind, like these terrible struggles I had last year with injuries, and I come back this year, and it has shades of last year, sure, okay? Mm-hmm. But I'm not panicking, you're panicking, all right? No one here is panicking. Everything's okay. Christian McCaffrey's going to come back, and even if he doesn't, I have insurance, okay? And I didn't get insurance last year, and I have it this year, and you know what I mean? What could go wrong?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the trades were basically this is your way of like a nightmare almost. I mean, you're having memories of what happened last year, so you felt the need to make this trade the second McCaffrey went down. Okay, this makes sense.
I wouldn't say it's worse worrying about a sinking ship, okay?
Mm-hmm.
At 3-1, there's no reason to be upset, okay?
Right.
I lost to a good team this week. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. I'm not expecting to go undefeated. But I wouldn't say that the trade was panicking. I think I made the decision that I felt was best, and I'm still ready to rock with it for the rest of the year.
Well, I hope the best for you with that. Before I let you go, who do you think is making the mile beer run? Who's doing it?
I mean, Trevor comes in with another good performance this week, but I mean, I think my pick all year has been Zach Hollis, and I don't think I'm going to waver from it. Mm-hmm. And you know what, Derek, I want to share some information with you about a trade that he requested to me, which shows, so I texted him asking about a trade, right?
Okay.
And I sent him a deal. I don't even remember who it was. Like, I was giving away some big guys. He was giving away some big guys. It was big
blockbuster trade here.
Right. And he doesn't look at the trade. I just texted him and I said, do you want to talk trade? And he goes, I think I could do Myles Gaskin and OBJ for Christian McCaffrey. Is what he said to me.
The guy who put up 0.3 points today. And OBJ. Who I didn't even look at his stat line. I don't assume he did great with Baker Mayfield only throwing for 100 yards and no touchdowns.
And he sent that to me, and I had to save it in our chat because, you know what I mean? I knew I would need to reference this moment later.
No, this is...
I think that's the worst trade that's ever been sent to me in the history of fantasy football. I don't want to... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that might be the worst trade that has ever been brought up.
So
that's why he's going to be my pick for the mile. But no hate towards the man, but... Fantasy football isn't always his game, even though he's had some success in the past.
Oh no, has he? Wasn't he up there 1 year? You know what? I think so. I have this solid memory of Zach being good 1 year, but I've never actually seen it in the time of my current.
At the same time, you feel like he never is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like this Timmy argument where Timmy was like, I'd never had a losing season, but I have a very good memory of Timmy being dog shit.
Exactly. And so when I think of Timmy in fantasy, I think bad, but I don't know where it necessarily comes from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if that's the case.
Zach, I know for sure.
Yeah, we know.
Just doesn't have the team this year.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? Say what you want about him as an owner, but you either have the team or you don't have the team, and I don't think he has.
No. I mean, especially with, obviously that trade, showing his intelligence in fantasy football trading. This could be rough. I'm going to be honest with you, I had the exact same take. I think Trevor making that trade with me helped his team tremendously, so I don't think he's the worst team in the league anymore. Although it was looking like it for a little bit.
There was one point when you were looking at his team and you were just like...
I felt bad for him. So I wrote out the week 3 script that I never actually ended up releasing. And at the end of it, I'm supposed to good luck to everybody but Trevor because I was playing him that week. But I almost felt like it was Cam Jones at this point. Like I didn't want to I didn't want to take the luck away from the guy.
That's a tough comparison to give him there.
Of course, yeah, since we are live, I don't think he's as bad as Cam Jones. Only one man in this league has ever surpassed that, and he's working for a second straight year. Before I go now, because we're stretching on 7 minutes, we got to get moving. Now's your time to make any case on anyone you're trying to trade. Go ahead while we're still live.
Oh, calling all gamers. Are you a slob and a glob? Do you get sticky and icky when it comes to keeping your keyboard clicky? Well, do I have a solution for you? It's called Gamer Goo, and Gamer Goo is sure to keep you unsticky in a quickie. Get your Gamer Goo today, you goofy goober.
Since we did our sponsorship, I guess that means it's time for Clown of the Week, which is me, for shitting on Trevor all year and then getting shat on. Moving on to predictions. Alright, so obviously you guys know I am recording this on Sunday, but I wrote these predictions out on Monday last week, so some of these are going to sound like, Derek, obviously this guy's going to lose. You already know this. And I'm just going to go ahead and keep saying the predictions that I wrote down with a straight face, as it would ruin the fun of the game if I just started fucking cheating on this. So to start, we got Rubo versus Fun Dude Travis. I'm going to go ahead and give Fun Dude Travis the 51-49 advantage. We got O'Daddy versus Dodderton. This is prime time matchup. Last year's champion versus this year's undefeated player and one of the league's most consistently great players, until his team gets injured, of course. But regardless, I'm going to go ahead and give Dodderton that 48-52 advantage over O'Daddy. I know, you're shocked, but fuck you. Real Racist versus Shit Timmy Cunt. I'm going to go ahead and give Shit Timmy Cunt the 53-47 advantage over Grill Racist, as fuck that guy. Dumb fuck is not good at fantasy football. Kamishi IR versus Lakeland Buford. I'm going to go ahead and give the big Buford a 51-49 advantage over the IR guy. And finally, we got Gay Balls versus Pappy Smear Seed. I'm going to go ahead and just give Pappy Smear Seed the 58-42 advantage. Alright guys, tune in next week as we get the inside scoop with Fennell and figure out what really went down between those other two teams who were cut from the league, what he plans to do about the Christopher allegations, and more. Godspeed from the Cock and Ball Torch organization.
Good luck to everyone except Ruben. Thank you.
Spend all your time waiting for that second chance, for a break that would make it okay. There's always some reason to feel not good enough, and it's hard at the end of the day. I need some distraction. Oh, beautiful release. Memories seep from my veins. Let me be empty. Oh, weightless, and maybe I'll find some peace tonight in the arms of the angel. Fly away from here, from this